Hi and welcome to another episode of Mobility Engineering's Q&A series. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm Ali Akbarian, your resident road safety expert. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, I think it's somewhere down there, and subscribe to our channel. Make sure you are up to date with all new videos we're putting out. We're putting out videos all the time, as much as we can. And if you've got any questions, any queries, anything you might want to know about this industry, fire away, send us an email, send us something on Facebook, just put a comment down below and we'll be more than happy to answer your questions. So today's questions, I've actually got two questions from two different people that are similar and I can answer on this one video. And they're to do with behavioural harnesses and the anchorages of behavioural harnesses. So the first one comes in from Anna, who's an occupational therapist, and basically she's got a family who has an older style van that has only lap belts, so belts that go across the lap only. And two of the children will likely need a harness for behavioural reasons. So I'll put a link down the notes below on what we're talking about behavioural harnesses. Mobility Engineering supplies behavioural harnesses, and we can put a link below so you can see what we're talking about and what we supply. So what we're saying is two of these children will need a harness for behavioural reasons. Are you aware of many harnesses that can be installed without the over-the-shoulder seatbelt? Now I've also got another question which is related, which is Tran, who is also an occupational therapist. And Tran has asked, I have a client who has prescribed an ease-on travel harness with seat mounting. So that means the ease-on travel harness uses a mounting point behind the seat. And now they've got a new vehicle, and the vehicle does not have mounting points behind the seats, and it's a van with the foldable seats. So the seats are not that strong. So we have a similar kind of situation to the previous vehicle. So we have a situation where we need a harness, and we need the harness to anchor onto something, either the seat or the structure of the vehicle. So let's talk about that and vehicle harnesses and how they work and so on. So as I said before, I'm going to put a link down the bottom to the behavioural harnesses that we have so you can see how they work and how they typically will be set up. This is an office chair, but what we're going to do is pretend that this office chair is a chair in a car, so we can see what we're doing. Now, the way a behavioural harness works is it works on two ways. It normally will wrap around the seat, which is the ones that we offer. They're nice and easy. You can click and unclick them, and you can move them from vehicle to vehicle. So nice and easy, ready to go. Now, the only problem with those is that, well, when I say the only problem, it's a slight problem, is that it requires the use of the over-the-shoulder seatbelt to hold you in place because the seat is not strong enough to hold the whole child in place with that harness strapped around it. So this seat, let's pretend it's the seat in the back seat of this car we're talking about, it's a flimsy, pretty weak seat. They don't have anything attached to them, they don't have seat belts attached to them, and in the event of an accident, you actually move forward, you don't move back into the seat. So typically seats, if they don't have anything built into them, they're not very strong. So if I wrap a harness around it and I connect, a 20, 30, 50, 100 kilo person to it, that person in the event of an accident is going to increase their weight by roughly 20, 30 times. So you could suddenly have something that was not designed for any weight with a 3,000 or 4,000 kilo weight moving in that direction towards, away from it. So it's basically not going to be able to handle the weight and it can break. So what do we need to do? We need to basically either reinforce or put some kind of structure behind it, or we need to find a different seat. So a seat with a lap-only belt that has a weak structure is typically not suitable for behavioural harnesses. So in your case, in Anna's case, unfortunately there's not really anything you can do with that vehicle. What you're going to have to do is either replace the seats off that vehicle to put stronger seats that can handle the load of the harness, or what you will have to do is basically take the seat out of the vehicle, remanufacture it, make it really strong and put it into the vehicle. Now, for that kind of service in Australia, you're looking at around about $2,000 to $3,000, that kind of money, right? Maybe even a little bit more if you're in a regional area. So our dealers, which I'll put a link down below to our dealer network, we have about 70 of them around the country, they will also be able to help you with this service. You can go and see them and they can show you what they can do and modify the vehicle and modify the points and so on. So that's the answer to the one with the lap-only belt. If you've got a lap-only belt, it's quite difficult to use a behavioural harness, so you really need to modify the vehicle, and it's thousands of dollars, or you need to take the seat out and put a different seat out, or you need another vehicle, because behavioural harnesses typically need the over-the-shoulder belt. However, if you've got a behavioural harness like Tran has, they are a little bit more complicated because they need to be bolted into the vehicle. These are the ease-on vests. They're a great product, and we do prescribe them and work with them, and we love the product. We don't sell them, but that's okay, but we will talk about them, and that's no dramas at all. So this product, the Ease-On Vest here, is a load-pointed product. So what they're talking about is that it requires some kind of structure in the back of your seat for this harness to be connected to. So the Ease-On harness in this video doesn't wrap around the seat, it only has that one option to connect into a structure, right? The one that we were talking about, it can wrap around the seat and it can also connect to the structure. The Ease-On just connects to the structure. So what that means is a little bit more flexibility, but then a little bit more restriction with multiple vehicles. So what's happened is they had a point modified in their vehicle, and now they've gone to a different vehicle, and the new vehicle, it doesn't have the ability to have a point modified up there because there's nothing there. It's a van, so it's got empty space behind it. So what do they need to do? So what we need to do, Trent, is we need to build some kind of structure up so we can mount the points up there. So either we put a structure there or a structure up in the rear roof. Essentially, you need to go to one of our dealers, they can talk to one of the local engineers, local certifiers, and they can work out what is going to be a safe and suitable modification for that vehicle. So it will need to be modified, and it will need to be certified after the modification by the state authority. But that's actually a relatively straightforward thing that can be done through our network of installers, and we can support that. So yeah, if you want to go see one of them, they'll help you out. But aside from that, it's definitely possible. You just need to modify the vehicle. You need to put an anchor point there of some kind. Sometimes it's a structure or some point up on the roof, just depending on what we're working with in terms of the environment of the vehicle structure, also the environment of the passengers in the vehicle, you know, where we can have what in terms of safety. So that's something that's assessed on the point of modification, and yeah, basically that helps you out. So yeah, as I said, once again, thank you very much for tuning into our Q&A videos. Please hit that subscribe button. Please send in any questions you've got, any queries, any statements you want to make. We'll publish them online, we'll talk about them, and we'll answer the questions, and we'll hopefully help the industry and improve road safety in Australia. So thanks for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of your day.